If you're thinking about taking out a 0% interest rate credit card, then this video is for you. So tune in and see why you want to do it or maybe why not. First of all, let's go over the big numbers and credit card debt per user or per credit card holder just spiked. So Americans now have a staggering $1.1 trillion in credit card debt combined. So the average credit card balance per household increased from 5,589 in Q4 of 21 to over 10,000 in Q2 in 2023. So it basically doubled in like 2 years. So that is horrible numbers. So if you're thinking about taking out a 0% interest credit card to waive the fees or saying something like it, there's a few things you need to really consider. And one of them is that I hate to say it is a lifestyle change. So if you're trying to get a new credit card, or you got Capital One has like 21 months, zero balance, there's always fees involved. And my first point is that you got to look at the fees. Just because it's zero fees for 21 months or something like it, like Capital One or some of these have, there's a transfer fee. And that can be anywhere from 3 to 5%. Some companies probably don't have it, but you got to be super worried about it because they got to make their money somehow. So if you're a credit card company and you offer that, then you got to make money. They're not just going to hold your balance for a certain amount of time and not want something in return. So either they're going to count on you on defaulting and forgetting about it, and then afterwards, the interest rates are so much higher and they will ruin you on the interest. And because you didn't make a lifestyle change. So that is one reason, right? And I think that 0% interest credit cards are a good thing if you can like really tackle it. You do lifestyle changes, you do a whole bunch of reasons why not to. But the economy right now is not that great. So rather you not use credit cards or not trying to move it to zero balance. Of course, if you're responsible, then it's, a great idea to get from 29% to 3%, obviously. But it got to that point because of a reason, right? So it's not just that all of a sudden you ended up with it. There had to be some sort of reason, right? So the second point is hidden cost. Look out for upfront charges, annual fees, or inactivity fees that chip away at your benefit. Yeah, these credit card companies, they got you. They've been in the business forever, and they know how to get them their money, your money actually. So they're not going to just take that on, because I think there's some way there's probably correlation between you transferring your balance to somebody, to another, from American Express to Capital One, that there's going to be a bankruptcy or something else that's not beneficial, and they might not see the money. So yeah, what I always recommend people is like, hey, if they ask me, like, so what would you do? So in my case, I would say get a better job or get extra money on the side and call up your credit card company and see what they can do. And sometimes they say, oh, we can knock it down from 29% to 5% for 6 months to give you like a little break. So that is a really, really nice thing that you can do. If they're willing to do it. But here comes the flaws. And I've experienced that when you have money, they're really willing to lend you money. So if you have enough money, they're really willing to just throw you more money. But when you need it, they're not there to give it to you. So it's almost like in the good times, they're willing to lend you. They give you huge credit limits and all that other good stuff. But when you're in the desperate need of it, you're not going to get it. It's completely wrong. When you would need the high credit limit to do something or something else, then you're in trouble. And right now, I see these people, put 3% down on a house, and you're going to be so well. And Bank of America has this where you can transfer your credit card, your credit card balance into cash to another account, and some kind of crazy stuff like that. And yeah, they'll let you do that, because they're going to make about 29% interest on the balance. And if you cannot make more than 29%, like annual APR. You can't grow that money at 29% a year. It's not worth it. With the risk, 100% not worth it. So let's see what other point we got. Another point, temporarily temptation to overspend. The freed up credit limit on your old card might tempt you to rack up new debt. Yeah, and I think that's what they're really betting on. They don't want you to pay it back. I think they want you to be in debt. They want you to be paying 29% interest. They want you to not have anything, because if they can get you to pay 29% interest on $20,000 of your credit card debt, or the $10,000, that's huge money. And they don't need to do much for it. They don't need to go out and bust and do sales and do all that. No, it's probably going to go to their CEOs, and they're just going to basically pocket that money and use it for travel fare. They're going to use it to go to Paris and go to the Olympics and use it for travel and paying CEOs millions of dollars worth of salaries, right? So unless you can responsibly do it, and I don't know if I could do it, to be honest. I could not. If you are one of these people that can responsibly transfer the credit card limit to 0% for a year and then consistently chip at it, and so it's gone in a year, and so it's not racking up, let me know, because I would probably forget it. And yeah, then I'm like, oh, I have a zero balance, and then just be like, you know what? Let's just keep going. Oh, I have a zero balance and I can spend on my credit card again, but you actually can't because it would be maxed out otherwise, right? So, not a cure all. It's a tool for managing existing debt, not a solution on ongoing spending habits. Yeah, and that's why I say for most people, this is not a great thing, because you just get into debt. You haven't changed the money habits. So rather you go out and find a new job that pays more and keep the expenses low, and not, and even Dave Ramsey says that, and not live like this crazy king and like, oh, I make $20,000 a year more now, so let me go and upgrade from a Ford to a Lexus, or from a Ford to I don't know, a Mercedes, because I have $20,000 more now. No, then you need to tackle your existing debt and kind of move it on the road and just kind of um, invest. And that's just the perspective from a business owner, how I would do it. And obviously you can do whatever you want to do. But I'm just tired of people like seeing these ads and being like, yeah, this is gonna really make an impact. And I see the ads and they're so fishy. And it's like always like, a guy on a boat or something, or a guy doing, hey, I just transferred my card. I just transferred my debt to to American Express, and that just allowed me to go on a vacation. I think if you need to take out credit card debt to go on vacation, you probably shouldn't go to it. Now with the recession ongoing, I don't think a bunch of people should really go out and go on these expensive vacations, because we don't know how bad it's going to get. I'd rather have um I'd rather have more money in the bank and not go and wait till the recession is in full force so I can invest, because fortunes are made during downwards markets. So this is where fortunes are made. And if you have the money, there's going to be opportunities that people need to sell because they've overspent in good times and can keep their assets in bad times, right? So you really want to be saving on some cash, doing moves, and not doing expensive stuff that you can't afford, if you lose your job. Because I know people that have in two households that got both laid off. And yeah, they got severance, but man, when you both laid off, you know, it's not fun. You're down, and divorces happen because of money problem, right? So it's then you got a divorce, and it just gets nasty. And I think if there's less money problems, you're going to be happier. You can do other things with it. And I think when they advertise these 0% interest credit cards, they're trying to, entice you to go into more debt, because then you don't have that high APR, and you can just keep on spending, keep on spending. If you have the possibility, and if your income's there, obviously they're going to verify and all that, but they're a business, so they most likely are going to give it to you because they make money off of you paying them the higher interest or forgetting about it. Eligible requirements. You need to good credit up to qualify for the best offers and have some of the minimum transfer amounts. Yeah, so it's, they always have a fine print, and that's when you look at. So when you look at these credit cards, you taking out these credit cards, there is like a thick, thick, thick disclaimer. And the disclaimer is so thick. And when you read it, it's like mind blowing what they can do. And I've had conversations in my other videos about people that got sued over a few $1,000s from credit card, and then they had to file bankruptcy. And one of them even said they're never taking out a credit card ever again because it's just so bad. And I feel it. I feel it. I personally use credit cards. I don't really have an overspending type of problem. I like my house, but I don't need to impress the Joneses next doors. I don't, I wear Costco clothes. The only thing I spend money on is my hats, basically, and technology, because I do like that. But all of my clothes is at Costco. This shirt that I got is from H&M. My shoes are from Costco. I don't really go on that expensive vacations. Yeah, I don't have it. But see, some people are just they've got put into circumstances that are really unfortunate. One of them got some medical bills. You got other problems that can happen to any of us. And I feel like we're not open enough about saying, like, hey, just because you're in credit card debt or something happened to you, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that you mismanage your money. It can be certain circumstances that you just happen to be, and that it happened. And it's unfortunate, but just got to live with it. And I feel like in America, it's so easy to get a new credit card because once you kind of got a little money, they love throwing it at you. And then it's like, oh, I got a $100,000 credit limit, but that doesn't do you any good because it's not, you don't have that liquid. You don't have $100,000 to, just because they give you that limit, doesn't mean that you actually have it in the bank. You maybe have it in stocks and whatnot, but you don't want to you don't want to sell assets to pay for a lifestyle, because then once you do that, you get into the habit of that, your money's going to be gone real quick. So let me know if you agree with that or not. There's all these different finance tools and all these different financial people online. They all have good points, and some systems works great for some people. Some people it doesn't work. If you have gambling addictions and all that, then credit card's probably not a great thing. And it's the type of person you are, and it's sad. Some of the stories I've seen and heard on my channel, that they described to me, are really, really sad. And could happen to me, could happen to you as a viewer. And you could have a circumstance, your wife loses her job, then you get into an accident and you just can't work. And I know people that had exactly that happen. She was working as a realtor, her husband got sick, driving to the VA, doing all this stuff, veteran, had a good paying job, was one of the head, great guy, was like the head chauffeur for Disney World and all that kind of stuff. And then stuff just happens to you. And it's not that, it's karma or something, but just life happening. And you just react to life. And it's very interesting to see all these people. And then when they say, hey, take out a set credit, oh, you want money? Just take out a 0% credit card, and all your worries are gone. And for a foreseeable future, that's true, but not in the long run. So let me know what you think. If this is something that you're like, nah, this is stupid, let me know. I'm here for you. And let me know what you would do. I'm always interested to have people to, have a conversation. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.